What's up, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Life's a Garden. Today's guest was the first ever guest to be on the podcast, and today he makes his return. He was also my co-host on both the 406 Broncos podcast and the Good Old Boys podcast, which you can still listen to those episodes today. They are still available out there on YouTube, Spotify, Good Old Boys podcast. I think we only did like 7 episodes, but they're still worth going back and listening to. And speaking of the Broncos, he and I will be heading down to Denver this week for Sunday Night Football, where the Broncos take on the Vikings, hopefully to not break our hearts as we're used to. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back one of my best friends, Mack Anderson.
I was gonna say, like, what we were talking about, the best man.
I was gonna bring that up too, actually. Okay, go ahead.
But I was trying to ask you if you remembered the other ones.
Okay, so,
because Q is
so we had Q was the Where Is This Man?
yeah. Brian was the man who dips.
I was the man who Broncos.
Yeah,
Which
couldn't figure much out on
that's
that one.
fine. Well, based on the trip, you could have done the man who cleans.
Cleans.
Because I got up in the morning and cleaned up everybody's mess. Because I was
out, dude. I was passed out.
Oh,
How
I
would
know.
that.
I know. Well, because you guys went on the boat.
Got you.
But I was trying to be like, I didn't want to.
Motherly.
Well,
figure in the
I
bachelor
wouldn't
party.
put it that way. I was just trying to be like respectful because, freaking,
I wasn't gonna do
that
it.
place
I
was really
trying to get
nice.
fucked up.
Well, of course, but like that was a nice place.
I know it is.
Cord's got a nice freaking
Yeah, that place is cool.
cabin, so I was like, I just wanted to be like respectful as a guest.
Yeah. What was Cord?
Okay,
I
Cord.
swear his was like feeding us alcohol. Oh, pukes. No, he's the man who pukes.
Oh,
Remember?
yeah.
He fed us all alcohol. And what did he say?
He puked in the sink.
Yeah, and he's just.
It was during breakfast, wasn't it?
He was.
Or was
he was
that
feeding us alcohol, and he like forced all of us to take this shot. He's like, "You take it, you bitches," and then takes it and he goes, "Uh-oh," and starts puking.
and puked in the sink?
And he was the only one who did.
Oh man. Well, I feel like it took a second. Oh no, you're right. He did just take the shot and just went, "Oh god."
Yeah, he's just like, "Uh-oh."
Oh man.
Ran right to the sink.
God damn.
Brandon, what was he?
Brandon was.
Man who laughs or something like that? I don't remember.
You made him.
I know, but it's been 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And
Or was it the man who syrups? Remember he had that bottle of syrup that he kept. He just had to get that big bottle of syrup, and it was like the really expensive one.
I do not remember that. I don't remember that at all. Where did he get this?
At the grocery store.
And he was like, proud
Remember
of
when
it
we
or
all went to the
something?
grocery store and just like filled that cart?
And he bought an expensive thing of syrup?
Yeah.
I don't.
Because he was like really into, like he loves Canada, so he had to get the
Oh.
Canadian.
I guess.
Syrup.
Yeah, that makes. Yeah. That
It wasn't
sounds like him.
That wasn't what it was though.
No.
It might have
I
been the man
definitely
who laughs.
Yeah, the man who laughs, cackles, whatever it was.
Yeah.
I don't remember. And then Trevor was like something the man making jokes or the loud man or something like that. Hell, I don't remember. I have to ask them all what their
That's
mugs
funny
sound
now
like.
because we always remember the other few, but we can't remember theirs.
Because those were funny because they're all just really based off the bachelor party.
Which was smart.
And I had Q's and Brian's down like immediately. Like, oh, and Chords.
Yeah. The man
And-
who pukes.
I like presented those ones at the ending because it just sounds so funny, like giving them out, and then like Q was the last one. Was like, and where is this man?
Yeah, because he kept like
Dude, he kept-
leaving,
yeah, I don't know where he'd go. We're out in
Just
like the middle of the woods.
go on hikes.
I guess.
But he was also
weird.
like, that's
And he
when him
was-
and his lady were just starting to like, weren't they first together?
Yeah,
So he was
something like
really wanting to like keep in contact with her, and
that. Yeah, and
he's
he was,
also like
sleeping in the day too.
yeah, he'd sleep in real late.
Yeah.
That was a fun trip, man.
It was a fun trip. Too bad about the weather though.
It is what as far as going on the lake.
Yeah, that sucked.
But it was cool. I just remember standing around that fire, sitting around the fire, and
That was fun.
damn it.
What?
Oh, I just hate when it does that. Just little pop-ups come up and
Yeah, that was fun. And then the girls came and
we're wet blankets.
they're
just
lame.
I know. Well, I mean, granted, they got trashed the night before.
In Missoula, I know. I was like, you guys could leave now.
They didn't even need to come. They just, I mean,
I do know that like Savannah and stuff, they're like trying to push them to go out
for
in
sure.
the lake, but if we go out in the lake, it was terrible. White capping and everything.
just vroom, vroom,
and it's just water coming in the boat the whole time.
Oh, we almost capsized that bitch. There was enough water in there it could have sank.
It was fun though.
It was fun. Just I'm on a boat.
Yeah. Going out and eating, having the big old penis in my pants at the bar, the inflatable penis, having everyone sign it.
That was a cool bar.
Yeah, I like that bar. Bar's nice.
And then me and it was like me, Trevor, and Brandon
trying to get with those
two girls.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that very well. I forget who I was talking to. I think they were like, if they were interested at all, it was like they're more interested in Q, and Q wasn't like giving them time of day.
Yeah, exactly.
Trevor and Brandon were trying their hardest, dude.
That was funny.
That was hilarious to watch.
God,
I got cords all over me here.
So Broncos game coming up.
Yep.
Dude, this will be the first time. I was thinking about this today. This will be the first time we go to Denver in a while, or that we've been to Denver.
In like 2 years. We didn't go last year at all, did we? Or I didn't, at least.
Was it only 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Was it you, me, and Craig?
Wasn't it? Yeah, it was you, me, and Craig. We went to the Ravens.
God,
Yeah.
it feels like longer than that.
That was
for some
2
reason.
years ago. I remember that because we went the day I got off night shift, so I was in the back like sleeping.
Okay.
So yeah, I do. Yeah, it was 2 years ago when we went and saw Broncos Ravens game. Thought we had a fighting chance.
You've been at the mine that long, huh?
I've been there 2.5 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, you switch jobs so goddamn often that it's hard for me to keep track anymore.
I usually keep an average of a 2-year basis on jobs though.
Yeah, and moving between houses and jobs, it's hard to keep track of.
It only made sense on this last move. We probably would have stayed there if it wasn't for having another kid.
Oh, I'm stoked about it.
Yeah, it wasn't fun, especially on like work days being
Well,
out in Warden.
Winter sucks, having to drive all that way and whatnot, especially for Savannah too, having to drive into town.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I've gotten to come over and hang out more times this year than I did. Like, since you've lived at that house,
And then
I think I've been to that house more than I went to your other house.
in like a whole year span.
How long have you been?
Or
Well,
like all in
Well, how long have you been at this place? Like,
this one, like 3 months,
Yeah.
4 months.
I've been out there more time, probably as many times as I ever went out.
been out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we did a couple Super Bowls. I mean, I went out there more than I probably think I did.
I think you did.
But
Well,
still,
definitely events like Amar's birthday,
yeah.
a
And
couple
like,
events like
your
my
birthday.
birthday.
That's usually what it was for events or to help you move.
Yep. That was great. The amount of people that helped us move, though. Holy crap, we got that all done in.
Oh
a
yeah,
matter of
that's always
quickness on that one.
helpful.
But yeah, Broncos game. Think we have a fighting chance.
Dude, if we beat, I'm telling you right now, if we beat the Bills, well, it'll be tonight when this comes out. But this week, if we beat the Bills, we might be on a full turnaround.
Could be, but I'm wondering if it's still too late to like hit
no.
a playoff. Really? Do you?
Well,
Because I mean, Raiders and Chargers are still, they're still getting wins.
but we still have to play the Chargers twice.
Yeah.
So those would be important games. Obviously, we play the Raiders again. Those are important games to win. Obviously, that can help us get up there. The Bills, if we beat the Bills, we'll have will have the same amount of losses. They'll have one more win because of they haven't had their bye week yet.
The Bills haven't?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Because right now they have. I mean, I could be wrong. We might be top. How many wins do we have? 3 or 4?
Don't we have 3?
Yeah. So they're 5-4, and we're
3-5.
Yes. So if we beat them, we'll have the same amount of losses, but they'll still have one more win over us. Just because of the bye week situation.
Yeah, but I don't know how the wild card plays out. Is there 2 wild cards or 3?
3.
So a whole division could go in.
Mm-hmm.
That
Theoretically.
depends. Yeah.
I don't think... Dude, the Raiders did exactly what I thought they were going to do. Everything that happened with the Raiders this year is... I foresaw it.
With the McDaniels
firing. I did see them
like,
firing Ziegler.
Yeah, a bunch of people.
But I knew Devontae Adams was going to not be happy all year. He's been requesting trades. He's been unhappy. I knew Josh McDaniels was going to get fired because he did exactly what he did in Denver. Completely just like he got rid of the quarterback. He completely overhauled the offense. I mean, Chandler Jones didn't want to play with him anymore. Like, that whole thing was crazy. Just wasn't winning games. He's like this offensive guru, and they couldn't get anything figured out. I knew Garoppolo wasn't going to be the guy. I knew he was going to get hurt. Just like everything.
He always gets hurt, too.
I know. And that's why I was saying, like, everything that's happened so far makes perfect sense. And then they go and get... Did you hear that story about Antonio Pierce?
I don't think so.
So...
I don't know. The
day before, or like 2 days before McDaniels got fired, they had a team meeting, and they were going to air their grievances. Get things off your chest. Let's talk about it. Let's figure out what's going on. Get back to winning. And all the apparently this is all, none of it's like fully confirmed.
More hearsay.
Yeah, but apparently all the captains and a bunch of players spoke out and said how bad of a job Josh McDaniels has been doing, and all their problems with Josh McDaniels. It was pretty much all directed at Josh McDaniels.
Damn.
So Josh McDaniels was like, you know what?
Was the owner in this meeting? Was there higher ups?
I don't think so.
No? Oh.
But Josh McDaniels asked Antonio Pierce, who is now their interim head coach, and he used to play for the Giants back in the day. Mm-hmm. And he's like their linebackers coach or something like that. He asked him to come up and speak for the coaching staff and everybody. And Antonio Pierce basically said, listen, we're acting like we can't win games. When I was on the Giants, we felt like we could win every single game. No matter what everybody said about us, we were a wild card team. Nobody thought we could win. We always believed we could win. And we went on and beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. The undefeated Patriots in the Super Bowl. Mm. And he's like, we got to get back to these belief that we can win ways. And it was a very inspiring speech. And Josh McDaniels comes up to Antonio Pierce and says, don't ever talk about the Patriots like that. And apparently, like, word got up to the brass, and then they fired Josh McDaniels. They said, we don't want this guy anymore. We want the guy who believes we can win. So Antonio Pierce is their head coach now.
Wow, really?
Like, he asked him to come speak. He gives this inspiring speech.
Don't talk to about the Patriots like that?
Yeah. Like, what a cuck, dude. So,
dude, what?
So if you play the Patriots as the coach, are you going to, like, be soft on him because you got a hard on for him? Like,
yeah. What the hell?
He'll never be a head coach in the NFL again.
I don't think so.
Ever again.
I mean, he'll probably go back OC somewhere.
Probably back to New England.
Patriots.
Yeah.
Again.
Why wouldn't he?
Don't sell your house there, dude. It seems like you always come back.
Another thing is every coordinator that leaves New England to go on to be a head coach, none of them have been successful. The only one is Bill O'Brien when he went to Houston. Mm. But that's it. And he's the only one I think with a winning record, or I don't even think he had a winning record. I think it was just like, no, they definitely went to the playoffs a couple times with Deshaun Watson. Mm-hmm. Bill O'Brien's the only one that was had a remotely successful coaching career.
Where's Patricia now?
Fuck if I know. Remember when they had him, like, Belichick had him come in to be the OC He's a defensive coordinator.
When did he have him come in to be OC?
I think it was last year. I think it was Patricia and another guy, and they were like co-offensive coordinator.
Okay.
It was bizarre. Brian Flores had a pretty good run in Miami, but he got ran out of there.
Mm-hmm.
So you could say he was also another guy that had a successful coaching career, but it didn't last very long.
No.
Yeah, the Belichick tree does not like extend beyond him.
I know.
Where like you look at guys from like the Andy Reid philosophy, or like the Andy Reid coaching tree, or the Mike Shanahan coaching tree, Kyle Shanahan's coaching tree now. They're all branching off and being very successful.
But not Belichick.
Not Belichick.
It's interesting. It only works for him, huh?
Bill Parcells had a coaching tree that would come out and be successful. Belichick just does not have that.
Keeps that book tight.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was going to say we're staying in the same, like, not that I tried to get us in the same hotel that we stayed at last time.
Yeah.
But we're on that same street.
You couldn't get in that one, though?
No.
Hmm.
And we have to have one bed.
Lovely.
I'm just kidding. It's 2 beds. That's actually why we couldn't go to that hotel, is they only
had one bed?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You never responded to my text on that, and I was like, damn, like, my joke had to run flat for...
Get drawings of me again?
Oh, we don't got to be in the same bed for me to draw you naked.
Yeah, waking up to that.
No, it was more like you hogging the whole bed. That was like a no for me.
Yeah.
Me being on the edge of the bed
and telling you to scoot over.
Like, get out of my way! Like, you're in my face. I was like,
dude,
yeah.
I'm so bad with that. When I sleep, I get super like defensive or like aggressively defensive. When I sleep, like people touch me or even near me, like I'm subconsciously I go like, get out of here, leave me alone.
It's
That's
just
apparently
like,
what I did to you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I mean, it was good, but no, we're staying at Courtyard Marriott, which is like right. It's pretty much between the stadium and Topgolf.
Okay.
So it's all gonna be real easy. And remember how quick we got from that hotel to the stadium last time? In an Uber?
Yeah.
It was only like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's not that far. It's like right off the interstate, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's a good spot. And yes, we got 2 beds.
Okay.
Dude, we're past those days of penny pinching just to like. I'm not doing that shit anymore.
Being in the nosebleeds, having one bed.
No, yeah. Dude, that's how we did it before.
Yeah.
In the cheap ass hotel, like a really like rundown
the
hotel.
One that just got shittier and shittier every year.
Yeah.
That sucked.
Yeah, we're
like
not...
every year. Like it was like what, 3 years running going there.
The first year was fine.
Yeah, and
it was actually pretty nice.
It had a shuttle and everything. And then like the next year no more shuttle. And something else.
There was another thing that was all.
And then the next year after that, they like screwed up the breakfast or something. Like the breakfast hours or something with the breakfast sucked.
Yeah, I think that was the second year. Because then the third year, it was all like half under construction.
Yeah.
And like the rooms were really like shanty, like they were really like run down, and it was just like, dude, this place is getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
So we're staying in like Cherry Creek. We're staying in like
a good place,
the ritzy area.
Yeah, that one year we did that Airbnb wasn't bad.
No.
Because it was a block away from the stadium. That was the coolest part of it. We literally were like, all right, gear up. Let's walk there. And it was like 2-minute walk.
Oh, we can't do the To Our Doom walk again, man. We can't do the To Our Doom.
To Our Doom. I feel like we've done that walk too many times.
We gotta finally win one, man. I think I haven't seen us win in Denver the last 3 times I've been there.
With the Jets game we lost?
Yep.
Last year?
Lost the Jets game. We lost the Ravens. And what was the time we went to before that?
No, the Browns, we won that one.
Was that the time before?
Yeah, because it was the Ravens the last time I went, and it was the Browns the year before. And we won that.
Yeah,
and
we won that one.
It was like, it was very relieving too, because like I was on a huge losing streak watching them live. finally in Denver, because I think the last time I've seen them win in Denver was the first game with the Chargers.
Okay, yeah. Because then you saw them lose to the Bears.
I saw them lose to the Bears. I saw them lose to the Chiefs. I saw them lose to the Giants.
So you've actually only seen them win twice in Denver.
Yes.
Total.
Yeah. I've seen them once on the road win.
Yeah, we got to fucking correct that shit. I'm on a 3-game losing streak watching them live. Because we had because Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
When I went to Tennessee.
That was last year, right?
Give me one of them Zins.
That was last year, right?
We're going to get zinned up on this podcast. Oh, dude, this is going to take me to fucking Zimbabwe. A sixer? I've only done 3. This might not last very long.
All right. Try it out. I need a refill.
Oh, boy. What is this one?
It's peppermint.
Peppermint? You like that over this?
Absolutely. It's my favorite one out of the Zins.
What's the green one?
Wintergreen. I hate wintergreen.
I've only had the wintergreen. What's the other one you've had?
Or
I'm sorry, what's the other? Is that the only 2 that they have?
No, they got a bunch of them. They got chills, citrus, coffee, cinnamon, like an actual regular like bland flavor has no flavor.
I'm gonna buy my own pack for the trip.
Tobacco. You gonna buy your own pack?
I think I'm gonna start kind of easing into them. This 6 is gonna throw me through a fucking loop.
You can get 3s.
I know, and that's what I'm gonna get.
6s are. I feel like I could even go up like to 9.
Dude, my buddy Gabe, he gets the 6s and he'll put like 3 in at the same time.
That's the problem. I'd want to the reason I'd want to go up to like 9 just so, because 6 doesn't really do it, and you put 2 in, and then like the pack, if I put 1 in at a time, I can usually have this last a day. But if I was doing 2 or 3, it's like a half a day thing. And they're like $4, 4 something.
That's not that bad.
Well, they're a little like if they
Better
got
than cigarettes.
Zins do a little deal too. A lot of times at like Town Pump, you buy 3, get 1 off. Or get $4 off, or get like a free pack. So that's how I do it. I always like buy cans of 3.
Okay.
Is it hard to swallow these, or do you like to spit them? Some people have to spit them because it either gives them heartburn or it gives them hiccups.
Oh, swallowing the nicotine?
Just not spitting.
Oh, I don't know. I never even thought to do that. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, some people, it gives them heartburn, apparently.
Kind
of did at the beginning for me, but
I feel like it'd make you throw up if you weren't really used to it.
What? The spit? Or swallowing?
Yeah, swallowing it.
Oh, yeah, I imagine. There's shit out there. There's like 15 milligram ones that you can get. I think out of country, I think the max limit they say that could like kill someone, I would think this is a study on someone who does not do nicotine ever, because you would grow a tolerance. But they say like 24 milligrams past that can kill someone, which I think that would be someone who's doesn't have a tolerance. Because out of country, it looked like there was like some cans out there that are like 35 milligrams. That would fucking send me on a merry-go-round, dude. Like, I don't know. I don't understand how people would do that. I'd be so like dizzy and nauseous.
Dude, I remember sitting at the poker table, and I'd been drinking quite a bit already, and Gabe was sitting there with me, and I'm like, let me pop one of them in there, dude. I was sitting there for like 5 minutes, and I was just like, woo! Dude, I was spinning.
Just one? Just the 6?
A 3?
3?
No, he must have had a 6.
Because if he's popping them in like you said he is, then he has to be doing 6. Why would you be popping like 3s?
It must have been
because the max is 6 on Zins.
Yeah, it must have been a 6. God damn.
I like them. It's also just something like gum, you know? Like some people just put gum in, just have something in their mouth, like chewing. It's like I need something under my lip.
Weird.
You know. I mean, after you do them for so long, you feel like naked without it.
It's better than fucking chewing tobacco.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Just nasty.
Yeah, that stuff's rough, and I'd never liked the taste at all ever on any of them.
I just hate the.
And that's the thing too. Is like, That's crazy if you got that stuff.
Oh,
you know?
I'm getting a little head rush now, buddy.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Uh,
When I spit, I like felt my brain go woo.
the gut and like grizzly pouches and stuff like that. That's ugh.
Didn't you used to do like American Spirit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I'd spit that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I did that stuff when I was like outside doing something like the baseball chew stuff, and that I don't mind that stuff. It's like not like Copenhagen, you know. There's just a different weird texture and taste to it when it's ground up crap.
Yeah.
Are you flying right now?
I'm a little loopy. Like I said, I'm not used to threes.
Yeah. Yeah,
But-
6 is definitely gonna be. It's like putting 2 threes in right now for you.
Oh yeah, well that's how that math works. So
Yep.
okay, I gotta ask you this. We gotta at least touch on this. How does it feel to extend your family? We got a new baby boy in the world. Just turned 1 month.
Yeah.
How's all that been?
Double time for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, Amar's so young still, so it's.
Has that been kind of a stressor?
I think at first I'm always stressed out with newborns, anyways. Like I don't know. I can't handle the newborn stage very well. Like, we have a bassinet for him, but he never likes it, and Savannah always just kind of takes him into bed because it just, I don't know, comforts him anyways. So that's how we can get sleep. But I can't sleep in the bed. I sleep so tensely.
You're afraid you're gonna roll over on
Yes.
him? Of course, I would
I-
be too.
So like, I wake up with horrible back pains because like I'm like all just tensed up. So I'd like leave her to bed. I will take care of Amara and do what I need to do for the older one. You can just take care of the newborn at this stage. That's kind of how we've been working it. I mean, obviously he's on the boob too, so it's like she doesn't really give him much bottles, so she's the feeding machine for him, so she's pretty much taking care of him.
Yeah.
And I'm taking care of Amara. And Amara's getting a lot better with it. It was a struggle at first. Seems like she was a little jealous, but I think she's fine with it now.
I feel like that's a good. Well, I was actually thinking about this too, where it's like what you just said. She's used to being the only one that's getting the attention, and like anything she needs, somebody's there to.
Yeah, 2 parents are there.
But now mom's used, and especially like a young baby wants to have their mom's attention a lot, and now
they have to.
Right, and now all the attention's going to the baby.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's good for her to have that early, rather than being like a child till 5.
Well, it's going to be funny, too, is because
All
she's
right.
going to remember.
I can't do this anymore.
Really?
I'm about to fucking fall
You need
over.
to do a 3.
I'm about to fall over.
You need a 3.
I got a podcast to run here. Woo! Yee!
That's all she's going to ever remember.
I held on as long as I could, man.
All she's going to ever remember, though,
Is what?
is having a brother.
Right.
She's never going to remember, like, being an only child.
No. And that's good, especially for her to grow up and like, because what's your oldest memory? Like as a kid, like what's the farthest back you can remember? What age?
All I could tell you is definitely 1.5 to 2.
Really?
Yeah, but that was kind of poor circumstances with me. Like, it's like...
It was like a traumatizing
yeah,
moment or something?
traumatizing moments that I guess stick in your head.
Sure. What was it?
A stepdad that I had, my mom used to, or was married to, and he was abusive. And like all I can remember in that time, like have a bunch of home videos of that time too, but I don't remember any of it, like going to SeaWorld and stuff like that. We lived in Texas, and the only memories I have is him like choking my mom up in the corner.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I don't know if I should be telling all this shit, but another one is I guess it's out in the open anyways.
I mean,
it's literally memories I remember as young as I can think
yeah,
of.
this was 30 plus years ago.
Yeah. One time I remember
that is traumatizing though, especially as a like that's your mom.
And maybe I was 2 or something here. I don't remember. I was really young. And I was playing in the living room and I just peed. As a little kid, probably in mid potty train. I peed in the middle of the floor. I was trying to run because it just, hits you as a kid. You're playing, not even thinking about it. Like, oh no, I got to pee. And I stopped in the middle of the living room, peed, peed my pants.
Oh, okay.
And
got whooped for it? Or
yeah,
what?
I remember just fear coming through my body because I knew what the circumstances were going to be. And I remember looking down the hallway and he was laying on the bed or something. And I just started crying because I knew exactly what was going to happen. He comes out, he literally grabs me, he throws me across the room. I hit the wall onto a couch.
As a 2-year-old?
Uh-huh.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, okay.
And I remember doing that, hitting on the couch, screaming, and then I don't remember much right after that, but I remember.
Yeah, probably because you got your.
We were in Texas
because
wrong. We were in Texas because he was a military man.
That's even worse.
He did it he kept walking back and forth, trying to read me out. And I remember I was so scared and nervous. I had this I liked Free Willy at the time.
Yeah.
And I had this toy of a killer whale, and I was chewing the end of the tail like a nervous tick while he's just, doing this weird military ridicule pacing thing to me. And I was chewing on the end of the tail. I chewed all the paint off of it, so it was just the white tail. And
that's how you got lead poisoning?
Yeah. That's all I remember of any of that. And I was that young. Oh, and then the time when he did choke my mom in the corner, I remember getting hauled out by cops or firemen. I don't remember who, because someone called the police, and they walked me to this old lady's house. Same way, kind of like your house in a sense, but the door was in the middle, and her living room was on that side. And I was so nervous, and she was trying to comfort me, and she put on Aladdin for me. And I had to stay at her house for, I don't know, forever, it seemed like. Gosh, I must have fell asleep there. But I remember I stayed at the door, and her couch was right next to the door. And I stayed on the edge and just watched Aladdin the whole night. And that was that same night he choked my mom. And that's all I remember.
All right, 2 things to say about that. First of all, I don't know how you personally feel about physical punishment to children. Spanking, okay, slap on the wrist, don't touch that, I don't find that to be harsh. Throwing a kid on a wall?
Okay, that's a little much.
A 2-year-old? Now, that's one thing. To be a step parent and doing that, that's not even your kid, and that's ridiculous. That's unbelievable. And especially as a military guy, don't you think you have discipline?
Yeah.
Oh man, that pisses me off.
The guy had severe anger issues.
Clearly.
For sure. But I don't know if military, cause I don't know if he was training or he was just stationed there, because I was too young to remember this, and we don't ever talk about the guy anyways.
Right.
But I don't know if it helped him or made it worse.
Well, I can't imagine that Amara is going to have to deal with any traumatic memories like that. So...
Heck, we've never even spanked her.
Well, and she's a good girl.
She
from what I can tell.
I mean, we have to say no, but she doesn't listen to us. She runs away laughing at us. I know. It's at the cute point,
Yeah.
where it's a lot of times she does something bad, or you kind of just turn your head and kind of laugh and giggle.
Right.
But, I mean, there's going to be a point in time where she gets a little older, and it is going to piss you off, and you'll probably have to do a little bit more discipline, but there's different ways to do it.
And you can't yell until, you have to reserve your yelling for when it's something serious, because then they're going to know to take you serious.
Right.
If you're always yelling, that's all they're going to know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's traumatic in itself, too. If, their memories of their parents are always yelling at them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's if if it's something real bad that you need to get serious, then it's like, okay, shit, dad's serious now.
Yeah.
Like now I gotta like get real here.
Yeah.
But yeah, my oldest memory was when I was 3. I don't remember anything past that or beyond that. But I am glad for the one memory. Like I remember I do remember sitting at my grandma's house on the couch watching Sesame Street. That's one like slight memory I have. And then the other memory I have was looking into the crib at Asia and China. So I might have been like 2.5 actually. Now that I think about it, because I'm 2.5 years older than them. And yeah, so I would have been 2.5 because China died when she was 4 months. But I do have like.
Is your sister a twin?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I swear to God, I've told you that.
Dude, I don't remember you ever telling me that.
I definitely have, and it might have just been like in like a brief moment, but there's no way in the amount of time we've been friends that I've never mentioned that Asia was a twin.
Maybe, I guess maybe if you did tell me she was a twin, I thought maybe the twin died in like
At birth.
birth or before birth.
Pretty much. She was 4 months old.
Did she die of SIDS or something?
Leukemia.
Oh my God, are you serious?
And mom was in prison at that time.
Oh, dude.
Mom couldn't even go to the funeral.
Holy fuck.
I know.
I did not know any of that.
Yeah. So
Jesus.
So I'm glad to have, well, and you know, it's definitely more traumatic for like my mom and my grandma at the time, you know, people who were like understood what was going on. Like I barely even have I have like the one memory of looking in the crib and seeing both of them there, which is cool that I have like a memory of China. But then, and I kind of have a vague memory of them like in one of those little like, no, that would have just been Asia, like, because she would have been walking. Because she or like in one of those little like scoot around things, you know. So that would have been later. But yeah, so I do have the one memory looking into the crib. But yeah, she died at 4 months.
Damn, dude.
I know. And like I said, it's I sometimes wonder how Asia feels about that, like just knowing she had a twin. Like obviously there's no like real connection to that because she didn't know her. Like she definitely has no memory of her.
Right.
But it's just like, and it's weird for me too because I don't really have any memory. And then I think about like, God, what would that have been like to grow up with twin sisters?
Right.
That would have been like very different.
Be very different.
Yeah. But yeah, and it's funny too because I was thinking about this recently, and I was curious to ask you about this. I think I asked you about this last time because the last time you were on the show, I think Amara had just been born, or like she was like maybe 6 months old or something like that at the time.
Yeah.
And now it's a better time to ask because she's older, and now you got 2 kids. They say after having kids, your mind, like a lot of your mindset changes, and like just everything changes, right? Like now it's all about providing. It's all about making sure like everything's your whole like demeanor changes. Have you felt that?
I guess in what aspects?
Well, like your thoughts of doing like anything risky changes. Like everything is about like I have to be around to make sure I can take care of this family.
And not just like make sure to provide for them, but make sure that you're around and that you want to see them grow up.
Right.
Yeah, that thought hits my head all the time, like,
is this worth potentially risking anything of me going to jail, you know, whatever, you know, like.
No, yeah, definitely, that'll definitely hit you on that point.
Yeah.
And like that's like kind of an issue with like kind of a riskier job too. Like you kind of like think about
but also you have to make the money.
Yeah, and that's a good provider, so
right.
Yeah, it does. And like I get really anxiety ridden when I'm not around, or if like Savannah has to drive kids or both kids, you know, like that stuff hits me hard too.
Yeah.
Like if I'm not around to help out or do something in the sense of that way. Like now I have to go back to work here soon, and if my mom's not around, then Savannah's just with the kids, that makes me
nervous.
Very nervous, like a bunch of anxiety in the head for all that.
Yeah.
And then like the fact that like at my work something goes on, they have to call someone, that
have to radio to
dispatch
you.
has to get a hold of me, and that is a big old anxiety fest right there too. Is I hate being like, not a phone call away.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, your mentality changes in a lot of ways in that sense.
I imagine though now, since she's at least in town, that's got to give you a little bit more.
That's a big stress reliever. Just like I always got really like stressed out with the roads, interstate. I mean, they close that interstate past Billings a lot when it's really bad out, winter roads, and Savannah has to go to work or Savannah has to go in town for something, especially with a kid.
But not only that, like if something were to like happen and you were not there, there's a lot of people in town here that she can call.
Mm-hmm.
Her dad's here, I'm here. Obviously if your mom's here, she's at the place.
Yeah.
But like she's got a lot of friends, Matt and Jess.
Yeah, there's a lot of people around
who can like get there quick now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like at the drop of the hat.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is what I was gonna say because I was thinking about this trip. Normally we go, we're going out, we're having fun, and we will, right?
Right.
But, and now that I've like gotten to be around the kids more, and obviously mostly Amara, just because she's older, I have this feeling to myself where now I feel like I need to be responsible for you. Like I have to be like, okay, I gotta make sure Max, like I gotta watch out for Mac
because it gets rowdy.
Well, no, not that necessarily. It's more like I gotta make sure you get back to the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Now I feel like a bit of like a responsibility to, and obviously that's like crazy. Like you're responsible enough for yourself,
right?
But it's just a weird like feeling to for me to have.
Yeah,
because I'm like, oh no, these kids gotta have dad around. I can't be like, I gotta make sure we're not going to jail in Denver or getting too drunk and falling off the bridge.
We'll make it the best dad trip possible for me.
Well, fuck. I mean, I'm at the point now where like, let's just sleep in and shit.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna have a chill trip. We're gonna go to the Top
and our
Golf.
drinking's gonna be like day drinking, like the whole golf dad thing.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. Like I love that shit, and I don't mind going to bed. I do, and plus in Denver, I've seen it all. Like what are we gonna do that I haven't seen?
Right.
And I'm glad we're not staying downtown. Like
right.
we can go to Top Golf, go back to the hotel, hit a jacuzzi, fucking crash out early.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I made sure there's a hot tub. So make sure you bring a bathing suit.
Is there a pretty nice pool there?
I think so.
Like with the jacuzzi, I'm saying. Like
I think so.
You made sure their pool section had a jacuzzi?
Yeah. Because I haven't, dude, I need one so bad, especially right now, dude. I finally started working out again. I've been slacking so hard.
Yeah.
But, well, I mean, you do a physical job.
Not really.
Well, and to an extent, I kind of do. Like, at least I'm on my feet, not at a desk.
Yeah, but I'm like in big equipment all the time, so I don't like. I mean, if there's anything outside of the equipment, it can be physical.
Yeah.
But a lot of times I'm in a mucker and there's not much going on.
Yeah, you're still moving around. You're not just sitting around.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, I'm not at a desk the whole time.
Right.
I mean, if anything, it's like shittier on my body than a desk job because I'm like, I must be compressing my spine like a motherfucker.
And the stress, it's a stressful job kind of in a way. So you're at a heightened state at all times. So, and that
you have to be sometimes at night, my gosh, you get so tired. And you just gotta
gut it out.
Yeah.
Ugh. But yeah, the jacuzzi is much needed. I did a back workout the other day. My back is still sore. I didn't strain anything. It's just soreness from the actual workout. But
dude, I haven't been working out at all.
Yeah, but you got that's the thing. You don't have time.
But I went out hunting last week,
and
I'm not shitting you. It was the most I've ever hiked.
Oh, really?
Of all hunting trips I've ever done.
Where'd you go?
It was 4 days. Just the same place I go to. I went with Preston, Kendall's boyfriend. We went out, I would say 3 days total of hunting. I mean, half days on the first day and the last day. And on our Onyx, we tracked our walking. We put 30 miles in.
Holy shit, dude.
And that's up and down. Up and down coulees and stuff like that with 10, 15-pound packs and guns on us, and my legs are still sore. That was
I can't
last
imagine.
week.
Did you get anything?
Yeah, I got a 5x5.
Nice. So you had to pack it out?
Luckily enough, where we got it, it was four-wheeler accessible. It wasn't snowy, so we were good enough to get a four-wheeler in there and pull it out. Thank God, because packing that out, I've done that. I've had to do that a lot, especially with elk. You have to quarter them and get them out. And, oh, that is the killer. Like, you almost debate on shooting something, like, really nice.
Yeah.
Because you're, like, thinking about the pack out. You're like, this is going to suck.
I don't remember. Did you tell that story last time on the podcast about
Me almost dying?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, go ahead. Like, even if you did, like, it has to be told, because that's a crazy intense story.
Yeah. So this was, 3-4 years ago. We went out, same place as I usually go. We have this big hill. We go up, glass the area. Well, it was snowing on us, so couldn't really do any morning hunt, so we're hanging out in the camper, and it got better. I keep hitting this cord. It got better throughout the afternoon, evening. So about 3:00, we're like, all right, let's just walk up this hill and glass the area, see what we see, you know? How stupid of us to think, you know, we're going to just do that if we see something, you know, because we didn't bring a single thing. We brought our rifles and our warm gear kind of thing. We walk up this hill, and this long way hill, like up to this fence line. It's just a different path, but it's longer, feels like. When you start getting your body working, going up a hill, you get hot, sweaty. So we're thinking, oh man, you know, she needs to shed some layers. And I'm not kidding you. I don't know what possessed me to keep my coat, but I was literally like, I'm going to set my coat on this fence post. I'll get it when we're done glassing and go back down. But I didn't. And it might be because we spotted elk right away and we were just on pursuit. I don't remember that. But thank God I didn't put my coat down. And we're up on the hill. Trevor and Brandon sees that there's elk out in the distance. Probably 1,000+ yards away, but up and down coulees. And we're looking at them, and when we see elk, it's like a different story than deer. We are like pursuing them, trying to get them now, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I remember saying this, and I still grant myself for this, I was like, okay, why don't we, you know, try to pursue them in the morning. Like, hopefully they're in the same spot. We know where they're at. So let's pursue them in the morning. Oh, no. They won't be there. They'll be long gone. I was like, all right. So what are we going to do? So we go down in there and get a shot. And it was a long shot, but one was aiming at one bull. One was aiming at the other. We shot one and looked like the other one was injured. It was like limping or something. We didn't know what was going on with it. Like, or we obviously thought we shot it. Like, crap, we wounded one. Well, we finally got to them, and this is already like 3:00, but like hiking and going down in there and taking the shot and finally getting up to the elk is already a couple hours. It was sunset coming down on us, so it's like 6:00. So we were probably out there 3 hours. Brandon goes back to go get a four-wheeler because he knows a good road path around the coulees to get to where we were at. And me and Trevor are gutting the one elk. And I walked off to kind of scout for another elk that we thought we injured. Then Trevor tells me, like, hey, we need to get out of here. It's getting late enough. I don't even know if Brandon will be able to get in here because of the snow. So let's just get out of here. Go to the camper. We'll get the elk in the morning after we gutted it. So we take off, and at this time, lights down. Like, you could just see just a bit of the sunset left. So it's pretty dark. And a freaking snow blizzard comes in on us. And while that happened, Trevor made like a turn too short, I think, what happened. And At this point, too, we couldn't see like 20, 30 feet in front of us. And once we got up this hill, Trevor's like, once we get up this hill, we should be able to see downwards to the kind of the farm. We got up this hill, and all you could see is like another coulee bottom and like hill. And we're like, crap. We're lost. We don't know what to do. We didn't know what direction to go. We have no phones on us, no GPS at all, no water, nothing. No bags like we usually have. And through that process of walking up and down, Trevor's falling apart. His leg, something was cramping. I had to hold on to his gun, and I had to like tell him to keep moving. We cannot stop, because it's getting cold, blizzardy, and but he had to sit down, eat snow, just to get any sort of hydrant in him, which I had to do too. But I didn't have the layers or the clothing for it, because if I sat down, it was going to be a done deal almost. And I don't know what time we'd be at, but it's like middle of the night. And finally, through hiking for so long, Trevor finally finds like a peak that he remembers. And before all that, feel like I'm stranded out in the ocean. I'm just like, in my head, I'm like,
starting to get panicked.
Fuck. Yes. I was like, I don't want to die. I don't want to die kind of thing was hitting my head. And I don't know how Trevor feels. I was like that because I had no idea where we're at. I don't know the lay of the land as good as Trevor does. So I am literally just like throwing a dart and going to it.
You're kind of having to trust him to know.
I had to, but he was starting to fall apart. So he's getting super slow and cramping. And I'm trying to like, we got to get going. There was at one point I was climbing up a hill and he was taking forever. So we were like really far apart, yelling at each other. We're not even that far away. He was kind of at the bottom of the hill and I was kind of more at the top of it. And we were yelling at each other and it sounded like he was a freaking mile away.
And you couldn't see him.
Yeah, barely. Like I just kind of knew where he was at, just for like how like we're walking kind of the same path. And so I had to kind of slow down my pace just so, to keep his energy at a sustained level, not cramping and stuff like that. But finally he sees that peak. He comes up to me. He's like, okay, I think I know where we're at. And I'm like, okay, well, that is
reassuring.
It is in a bit. Because before that, nothing. We had no idea. We could have walked any which way. Had no idea. But then he said that. I'm like, okay, let's go there then. Let's see it. Finally, we hit the horizon of this hill, and we see the farm light, we see the ranch, and everything like that. And before that too, I guess we were shooting distress shots, just if Brandon's out trying to look for us. And with the blizzard and the cloud coverage, it was muffling the noise. Jesus. No one could hear it.
So where's Brandon at?
He's on the 4-wheeler.
Just looking for you guys?
Yeah, at this point, yeah, definitely. He was out there hours looking for us with spotlight. And we got up on that hill and we could see him way over there. And we see the light like glassing up the hills and stuff like that. We're shooting distress shots, but he's not getting them. He has no idea. So when we're at that hill, there's like this weird, like you had to go down really steep areas and like this little canyon, little coulee thing to get out into the field to the road kind of thing. And that took us, I'm not kidding you, that probably took us another 2.5 hours just to do that.
Jesus.
And at this time we finally got down there in this back and forth little coulee canyon thing. Trevor's like, I gotta stop, I gotta lay down, I gotta eat snow. I was like, okay, I know where you're at now. I know where we are at. I'm gonna keep walking to the road. So if I can get Brandon's attention, we'll just come back. If you might be walking, but I get out on the farmland, walking to the road, and Trevor wasn't that far behind me. He must have got up. Maybe me just walking away a bit pushed him to keep going. I don't know. And we got to the road, and that was just completely reassuring to me because, like, I knew
finally a sense of relief.
where it's going to be a minute to get to the camper, but we can do this.
Mm-hmm.
This is easy. But we're like dead to the world.
Exhaustion,
hypothermia is coming in. That's what was happening to Trevor. And we're on the road, and it is icy, so we can barely keep our steps on because of the pavement of it. So we're like walking the side of it and hoping to God someone drives by and gets us to our camper. But finally, Brandon comes around, goes to our camper, probably still like almost has to be close to a mile away, close. And he's glassing, we're watching him, and he stops and he's like yelling out hello, and we could hear perfectly. So I'm like, we're at the road. And he's like, and he heard that, but he's like, what? And then Trevor's last ditch effort of energy just yells it, just, we're at the road. Brandon goes, okay. And then comes, gets us.
Dude, he must have been freaking out too.
Yeah,
though.
he's freaking out because once he picked us up, we got in the vehicle shivering, and he's like, dude, I was literally 5 minutes away from calling search and rescue. That, where I was at calling you guys, that was my last ditch effort of trying to figure out where you guys were. I was like on my way to go call.
Damn.
So we go to the camper, and this is when he had a shitty heater in there too. Me and Trevor like shed our clothes off and like bundle up to the thing. And Trevor definitely was in pre-stage because he would not stop shivering in the night, and he was like waking up with cramps. Like, so like we were like sleeping in the bed, and he's like, oh, like in the middle of the night when we're trying to sleep. And then he tells me, he's just like, once we get that elk tomorrow, I'm done. I'm over this. I'm going. I was like, yeah, I agree with you. So the next day, we're feeling fine, getting warmed up. I think I actually, throughout the middle of the night, went into my vehicle, turned it on to blast heat on me.
Yeah.
And I don't know, half a fucking pack of water bottles later, too. We were just guzzling water. The next morning, we get on the four-wheeler and go the route Brandon did. Brandon got there. He got there like 5 minutes after we took off.
Oh, fuck.
That's why he's like, I was like, I still saw daylight when I got to the bowl. Like, I could still see it kind of in the horizon. I was like, damn, well, we didn't know, you know? It was like, it wasn't a really good game plan because we don't know if you were going to be able to get in there.
Right.
And it's far enough away we would never know if you could or not.
And there's no way to communicate.
Yeah.
And you were going to stick around.
Yeah, exactly. So we made the executive decision just to get back to the camper,
yeah.
which was kind of the bad decision in a sense. But we made it out of there. But I forgot to say, when Brandon grabbed or picked us up on the road, it was like 1 a.m.
Jesus.
And it was like, we started at 3 and we got out of there at 1, just damn near dead. Got to the elk, and I decided to go and see if we can't find that elk again, you know, that we wounded. Well, I went up on the ridge line, and Brandon and Trevor are taking care of the elk we have, and I see him. Like I said, like, oh, maybe they'll stay here for the night. They were just over, just like one cut over. I went over, snuck up on him, see if I can't. I found the bull. He wasn't injured. Like, he didn't, like, we gave him a gunshot wound. It was his hoof was screwed up.
Oh.
I took him down. So we got him. So we had another one. But, yeah, I wish we just did the hunt the next morning.
Well, yeah. In hindsight,
in hindsight. But the crazy thing, too, is there was a death, a mountain range close to us. A kid died that weekend.
Really?
Yeah. They were out camping, and I don't know what happened in the story. It's been a while now since I've like read on it, but either got spooked or afraid and ran out, and his friends, one of them tried to go get him, but I think he fell down a thing and froze to death. And the other one fell down too, but he had a sleeping bag or something, and hunters found him the next morning. So it was like the same weekend. So
Crazy.
Like this blizzard thing.
Just.
So yeah, now anything what we do ever out there, I have my backpack. I have water in it. I have my phone.
Dude, I'd have a flare too.
I don't have a flare, but I do have a phone. And you do get service up there. I don't know if you do it in a blizzard, but at least I can GPS track.
Yeah.
Like, my Onyx works anywhere I was out there. So, always going to
Lesson learned.
Yeah, lesson definitely learned. And thank God I didn't put my coat on that fence post, or else I would have probably been donezo. I would have probably been completely
Isn't it crazy
donezo.
when you start thinking about little things, like little details like that?
Dude, it gives me anxiety thinking about that decision. Like, if I had just put my fucking coat on that fence post, I could have been completely dead.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is like, the amount of walking and getting to there, my shit was frozen. Like, not my body itself, but like all my layers were just like solid ice. So it was like stiff stuff to get off, you know? And
stories like this that make me realize how much I actually do hate nature.
yeah, I love it, but dude, I respect it. And like,
oh, you have to.
I literally do. I think Brandon and Trevor can see it in me, and like Preston says he sees it in me. And like, I do have PTSD out there. Like, last year when I got my buck, we got it kind of in the depths of the coulees, and sunlight was going down, and it was snowy, and it was cold out. I was like, let's get out. We'll get this buck tomorrow. I'm not trying to drag this thing right now. Let's just go to safety.
Yeah.
He'll be here tomorrow.
Well, and I'm sure you're constantly like looking around, like making sure you know like which
my
ways.
Awareness of
Yeah.
everything around me and like which way I need to go, because like not only snowstorm, like was it last year opening day, a rainstorm came in, and it was low clouds, so like when we got up to the hill,
Low visibility.
Me and Trevor screwed up again. We didn't know where we were. It was like, I don't know why we're hunting right now, but like we went up the hill and we went straight up it instead of taking this little left cut. And once we went straight up, we're like, wait a minute, where are we? This is not the spot I was thinking we're at, you know? And it was like cloud coverage where you can only see about 50 feet in front of you. And you're like, when Trevor and I were confused of where we were at, I was like, Trevor, let's get out of here. I ain't doing this again. He was like, I agree. Yeah, this was a couple years afterwards. I was like, yeah, I agree. But we only did the one hill, so we knew how to get back there then. But like, just because we went up that first hill, we had no idea. We like didn't even know any landmarks where we're at. Like, wait, what's going on here? And at that point, I was like, let's get out. I'm not doing this again. He's like, I agree.
That.
Yeah, so I am over prepared every time I go in there now.
Good call, and a good lesson for anybody out there that wants to go hunting.
Yeah, glassing. Once you see something when you're glassing, though.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you're gonna want to try to make a game plan and got to think. Oh wait, we're just glassing and are not prepared here.
Mm-hmm.
Back out.
Well, after a story like that, I think it's time for some beers.
Yes, I agree.
For anybody who watched the last episode when Mack was on, we did a blind beer taste test. We're going to do another one. So we're going to get set up for that, and we'll be right back. All right, we're set up, ready to go here. Now, the last time we did this...
It was domestic.
Yeah, we did domestic Pilsners, which was incredibly difficult because they are all so much alike.
I think the Miller and Coors were like the closest.
Yeah, I think we were pretty... We got like the... like Budweiser, Miller, High Life, and did we have Miller High Life?
I don't remember.
No, we had PBR and Banquet.
Yeah, when I think what was like the Bud Light we hated and the Pabst compared to
we distinguished the light beers from the non-light beers. Mm-hmm. That was the only distinction we ever made. Now this is gonna be a little different. This time we're working with craft beers. Not just any craft beers, all Montana locally sourced craft beers. So we're going to give a shout out to all these as we go as well. We have White Noise from Uber Brew. We have Dirt Church from... Where's Dirt Church from?
Shout out.
From Bitterroot Brewing. We've got Miner's Gold from Lewis and Clark Brewing. We have Jeremiah Johnson Golden Ale, which is from... Is it Jeremiah Johnson Brewing? Yeah. Jeremiah Johnson.
Isn't that from
Yeah, where are they out of?
Belgrade or something?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I believe it is Belgrade.
Yeah, it says it right there.
Okay, yeah.
Or no, it doesn't.
No, this one is. We should give a proper shout out. Uber Brews in Billings, by the way.
Proudly brewed in Great Falls.
Okay, Jeremiah Johnson's in Great Falls and Dirt Church. Where's Bitterroot Brewing? This is an IPA. It says hazy India Pale Ale. Yeah, it's an IPA, so we should be able to get this one right.
That or a Hefso.
Yeah, we have a. Which one's the Hefeweizen? The Miner's Gold. The Miner's Gold is a Hefeweizen. Yeah, and then we have Salmon Fly, Honey Rye out of Madison River Brewing, which is in Belgrade. So we're working with all these craft beers. These should be, like I said, a little bit easier to distinguish between because they are all different. We have pale ales, we've got an IPA, we've got Hefeweizen, and Honey Rye. So unlike last time where domestic lights and domestic, pilsners, that was very hard to distinguish. So we're gonna do it this way. Mack's gonna blindfold himself. I'm gonna randomly grab certain ones. You don't have to you're not gonna be able to wear your headphones. But, he's gonna guess what his what I'm giving him, obviously, and let's also give like a score, like 1 out of 10, like how you feel about the beer.
Okay.
So we'll give like an honest blind review rating as to which one you like the most. And then, I'll just write down what I'm giving him and what he's guessing. And then I'm just going to write the, I don't know how I'm going to figure this out. We'll do it good. All right. Oh, here's what I'll do. I'll just write 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll write down if you got it right or wrong. And I'll write down what you rate it. All right, so here we go. We're going to do a blind taste test here. All right, your first beer, sir. What are you getting there? What kind of flavors are you feeling?
Let me take this up.
Oh, yeah, that's probably a good call. And we're doing this smarter this time. Last time we used one glass, which probably definitely made it harder to like distinguish which ones are which. We actually have 5 different glasses this time.
This almost tastes like a pale ale.
Okay.
Which one was that again called?
The pale ale we have. White Noise is a wheat beer. I think it's just the Dirt Church. The pale ale. Dirt Church is the IPA.
Oh, I thought there was a pale ale.
It says pale ale, IPA.
Okay, well, I might be having to mix up my stuff though too.
And then the White Noise is a wheat beer.
Oh, what are we rating it out of 10?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this one a 4.
4. And are you gonna guess which one you think it is?
It's really hard to try because I don't know. I really don't do these kind of beers either. I'm more of a Scotch.
I know. I thought about doing the Scotch ales because I knew that was more your speed, but
I want to say it's like the pale ale one.
Okay.
But can I switch them after I'm like, wait a minute,
Yeah, I'll give you that.
We did do that with domestic.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Okay, put that one back.
All right, beer number 2 coming your way.
Fuck, I should have some water too.
just to cleanse the palate. All right. Now, unlike Mac, I should do a better job at this because I have had all these beers.
This one's better.
You like that one better? What do you think? You're really doing the old swish around.
It tastes like it has like a little citrus in it.
Okay.
Which one would that be?
I mean, I can't. I'll go through the beers again just so we have.
Well, I know, but I mean, like, I think that's that. Shit, what is it called now?
So we have White Noise, we have Dirt Church.
White Noise. I'm gonna say this one's White Noise.
Okay. And what do you rate it out of 10?
I'm gonna say this one's a 7.
All right.
I like that one. Maybe this is the salmon fly. Shit, I don't know what's in the salmon fly though.
Salmon Fly Honey Rye.
It's got a little sweeter to it. I'm gonna go with White Noise for the time being. I don't know.
Beer number.
Shout out to that 4 score, huh?
They're gonna love you. I mean, it's an honest review because it's a blind. You're not like being influenced in any other way. You're just smelling it.
I can smell it though. Maybe this is the White Noise.
Well, did you taste it?
Not yet.
Oh,
but it has a citrus smell to it. This is the White Noise. That one was Salmon Fly.
okay. So you think the first one was salmon, or the second one was salmon fly?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this one's White Noise.
Okay. And what do you rate that one?
A 6.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'd say it's 7. It's actually not bad.
So same as the second one?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here you go.
Ugh.
Yeah? Bad one, huh?
I don't like this one. Ugh. What is it? What's the next
Huh? So the ones you haven't guessed, you haven't guessed the Dirt Church, and you haven't guessed the Jeremiah Johnson. Or did you guess the Miner's Gold?
No, I don't
The
think so.
Hefeweizen?
No.
So you've guessed the Salmon Fly, the White Noise, and what was the other one you guessed?
I don't know. I thought
Oh,
you
because
had that
you
recorded.
said the first one was. What'd you say the first one was?
A pale ale, I thought.
Oh, so you said the first one was Dirt Church. So you did guess Dirt Church. Yeah, so you've guessed Dirt Church, White Noise, and Salmon Fly.
Okay, what are the last two again?
The last two that you haven't guessed are Jeremiah Johnson Golden Ale or the Miner's Gold, which is a Hefeweizen.
I'm gonna say this is Miner's Gold then.
And what do you rate it?
3. Maybe a 2, dude. I don't know. I don't like it.
Okay, I'll give it a 2. All right, last beer.
What's the last one I haven't?
The only one you haven't guessed is the Golden Ale.
I'm gonna say this is Golden Ale. And I will give this like a 5.
Okay. And you
Actually, give it a 6.
okay.
Give it a 6.
And you don't. So are you pretty strong in whatever you think? You don't want to switch anything around.
No, I'd have to kind of do a taste test to
You're
really
pretty
decipher that again.
You're confident in that one.
Yeah, I'm not really all that confident because I really don't know, but
But you're confident in.
I'm gonna say yeah, as confident as I can be with my answers.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and take off your blindfold, and I will tell you the results. So before I tell you how many you, should I tell you what you got right first? How many you got right?
0.
You got one right,
Nice.
and the one you got right was the last one. Was the gold nail.
Wow. Really?
Now, the ones you thought were the best, the ones you enjoyed the most, were the Dirt Church, which is the pale ale, and the White Noise, which is the. Now you had the White Noise right, and then you switched it.
Oh, did I?
You were right. You said that it was White Noise, and you had it right, and then you switched it and said that the third one was White Noise.
Oh shit.
But you liked them both. You thought they both tasted pretty similar. And the one you liked the least was the salmon fly,
No kidding.
which is my favorite.
I thought I liked that, but I also like it when they do the salmon fly in the Scottish ale. I think they do the
Okay.
cold, the salmon, or I don't know. They did like a mix between the two. Maybe that's why I thought I kind of liked it.
Yeah, you gave the Miners Gold a 4. You gave Jeremiah Johnson a 6. So this is kind of how I did it, so that you can have an idea. I'll erase your stuff.
So you just okay.
As I was grabbing them, I just went the first one and I wrote, the initial of whatever it was, Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's whatever one I grab is like number 1.
Yeah, just whatever you grab first, number 1, and then just write down the initial of whatever's gonna make you remember what it is. Okay. Where's that blindfold at? I'm gonna try and keep my headphones on.
Yeah, I did not like that salmon fly.
That's crazy, because I love that thing. Take my dumb hat off.
Why don't you just take those things off?
What?
Your headphones.
No, I'm gonna keep them on so I can make sure I know where my mic is. So I'm speaking into the mic. Okay. Whenever you're ready, pal. Okay. God, I'm gonna be disappointed if I get I hope I get 3 out of. Okay, I'm not. This doesn't taste super familiar to me. Maybe it does. This one actually. Dude, I'm probably gonna be really bad at this too. God damn it!
It's hard.
It is hard. Okay. I think this is White Noise.
Okay, White Noise.
That's my guess, and I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. The more I tasted it, the more I felt like I have had that before. The more familiar it tasted to me. All right. Different. Okay. Let me see. This tastes like a I want to say this is a golden ale. I'm going to go with the Jeremiah Johnson. Yeah, I'm going to stick with Jeremiah Johnson on that. Golden ale. Or sorry, whatever. That I stand by that. Yeah, sorry. I would say a blonde ale on that for sure.
What's the rating?
I'll go 6 out of 10 again. Hmm. I want to be pissed if this is the salmon fly because this does not taste like salmon fly. And this reminds me of like, I can see why you reacted the way you reacted if this is the salmon fly, because this does taste kind of weird.
You're not even cleaning your palate or anything?
No,
Oh.
they're very distinct, dude. Like I said, I'm gonna be very disappointed if this is salmon fly because it does not taste that good. But I'm gonna guess that this is the IPA or the Dirt Church. And the reason I say that is because I don't like IPAs, and I feel like I'm gonna recognize it as the salmon fly. The only reason I said that it could be the salmon fly is because you reacted the way you reacted to it, and that's the only thing I'm going off of. I'm gonna give this a 4 based on that taste. So that's gonna really disappoint me if it's a salmon fly. But I'm gonna say, yeah, I gotta say it's the Dirt Church. Oh, excuse me. One more.
No, yeah, this one and the next one.
Okay. And the other thing that confuses me is you said the Dirt Church and the White Noise tasted similar. I think this is the Hefeweizen. This is the Miner's Gold. I feel strongly about that. I'll give that a 7. I usually don't like Hefeweizens. So if everything is correct, then this should be the salmon fly. If I've done this right, and we will know very quickly. That's a salmon fly. I mean, it's the only one I can guess, but it is very distinct. Oh, that's salmon fly, baby. It's got to be. And if it's not, hey, I'm impressed. But I think this is a salmon fly. That is.
Wish you didn't erase your answers to see
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have gave you the other board. I do think this is like whatever this is the best one. I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm gonna hold on to this to see if I was right. Was I right? No! Damn it! What is this? This is the golden ale or the.
Jeremiah Johnson.
Did you just do the same ones that I did to you?
No, I don't think so. Maybe.
You know what? Honestly,
maybe I did, but not knowingly.
Speaking of the mic.
Maybe I did, but not knowingly. Dude.
Hang on. Did I get them all wrong?
Yes. Every one of them.
Dude, what the fuck? That's hard. But now, let me say this. This is good. I do like this. And I like a golden ale or a blonde ale.
All right.
So was I right that the bad one was the salmon fly?
Yes.
What the fuck is going on, salmon fly?
I don't know. You rated it the worst, too.
There's something wrong with it. Like, it does not taste like normal salmon fly.
Yeah, when I put that to my mouth, it's like, ugh.
That's why I said that. And I gave it the benefit of the doubt. But it truly did not taste that good upon that first. And I wish I would have changed my mind because of the way you reacted. I'm shocked. Like, I'm not shocked that I like the blonde ale because I do like a blonde ale, and I stand by my rating on that, like an 8. This is the best one.
I want to know what my ratings are now to compare to your ratings.
Well, I can remember.
Yeah.
You rated.
We definitely rated salmon fly. I said a 2. You said a 4. I do remember that.
Yeah,
and I do remember like something close to that beer. Something I rated something like 8 or 7.
This one.
Something.
You had this as a 6. You had the Dirt Church and the White Noise as 7s. Those are your highest scores.
Okay.
And then you had the Hefeweizen as a 5.
Yeah, you had 6s, 4, 7, and 8. No 5s. 4 is your salmon fly.
Wow, dude. I'm shocked. I really am, because I love a salmon fly. Maybe it's just better out of the bottle. Maybe I just like it better out of a bottle.
Well, that is a bottle.
I know, but it's in a glass. Like drinking it out of the bottle.
I don't think that's going to change it much.
You wouldn't think, but God, that's bizarre. That threw me.
Yeah, you thought Dirt Church was White Noise. And you thought Miner's Gold was Jeremiah Johnson.
Okay.
You thought The Salmon Fly was Dirt Church. You thought White Noise was Miner's Gold. And then Jeremiah Johnson's Salmon Fly.
Shit. I'm really... Yeah. Dude, that's tough, bro.
I know.
That is very tough. Okay, now I'm going to try the Salmon Fly, knowing that it's Salmon Fly, and see if it changes my opinion. Well, now that I smell it, dude, it's crazy what sight changes, because now I'm familiar with the smell. Yeah, that just tastes weird. It really does. There's something weird about that.
Yeah, it was the worst one to me.
I stand by it too.
I like this.
Maybe we just got a bad batch or what? I don't know, man. The Jeremiah Johnson was by far my favorite. I stand by that. Huh? White Noise, man.
Well, I won.
But I rated White Noise the second best. Right. I said it was the Miner's Gold. And see, now that I think about it, the only thing I was thinking while I was drinking what was the White Noise, when I was drinking it, I was like, this needs an orange. An orange would go good with this. So I immediately thought Hefeweizen. But they also put an orange in White Noise.
Mm-hmm. Well, I said two of them were citrusy.
Yeah. But you said I'm pretty sure you said the IPA was citrusy.
Try this Dirt Church.
I did.
I know, but now knowing and just give it a taste. It tastes like a freaking Belgian white almost.
Yeah. Well, they say it's a hazy IPA. It's pretty good. It's actually pretty damn good.
I like this one a lot.
I'm really disappointed in the Salmon Fly. That pisses me off, actually.
You got a bad batch. I don't know
what the hell's going on there at Madison River, but that's one of my favorite beers, and not today.
No. I mean, you saw my reaction. Your reaction. You were like, if this is the one you reacted to, and it's like, well, we both got similar palates.
I should have just guessed that because of the way you reacted, but I wanted to give it the benefit of the doubt and hope that it was better than that. I also should have guessed that I would have liked the blonde ale, because I like golden ales and blonde ales. So I'm not surprised that was my favorite. And then, I mean, the Hefeweizen and the White Noise. Did I mess up?
You messed them all up.
I know, but I just can't remember. Okay, so I said the Hefeweizen. I thought that was the blonde ale. I guess I don't have a sophisticated enough palate to distinguish an IPA or.
We thought this was going to be the easier one. I think we did better with the domestics.
We
than this
did,
one.
But I think that comes from having drank those way more often.
Yeah. I definitely don't buy packs of these all that much.
I want to do this exact same thing with Gabe, because he's a brewer and he drinks, he knows these flavors more. I'm curious what he would get on these, because
if you do that, I want to be here to watch.
All right. Well, I might go hang out with him today, so I might take one of each with me.
Why don't you just do it on a podcast with him?
I mean, he was just on 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
I should have done that with him, honestly. But I can record it and add it to this episode, too, just to see what he gets.
Yeah.
I'll just do a phone recording. And we'll snip it in right here. If I do it. Hell yeah, man. Well, I mean, I think that pretty much wraps up the episode. I think that's a good way to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Unless there's anything else you want to say or talk about.
I really don't have much else.
Well, we got one more thing to say. But I'm going to pose this question. I normally ask this question at the end of the episodes, and you know this. But I'm going to pose this in a little bit of a different way. It's going to be the same question, which is a positive or motivational message. But I'm going to pose it to you in a different way.
Because I'm not good at motivational messages.
I know. So I'm gonna try and motivate you to be motivational.
Oh God.
Should your children stumble upon this video years from now, let's say 15, 20 years in the future, when they're older, obviously they'd be 15 or 20 years old, what would you say to them that you wish you knew at like going into their age, like as they're getting ready to go into adulthood? What is a word of advice that you would give to them having experienced life?
I'd say find a passion and dedicate yourself to it. Like there's so many times I fobbled in things I liked in a young age and let go that, maybe that passion would have pursued something later in life. And if you pursue something that you really like as younger and grow with it and be good at it when you're older, just keep on with that right there. Like don't drop the ball on anything as a younger age if you really like it. Saying is, if it's sports, pursue it as far as you can go with it, or some sort of activity you like. I wish I did a lot more of that when I was younger, instead of trying to relearn it or learn something new as older. I would say that. It's not that motivational, but
It is, though.
Literally like always what I always think about.
Yeah, see, that's perfect, because I would say the same thing. I agree with that.
Yeah.
And to piggyback on that, I'll stand as an example. Music was always my passion in high school. Like that I never did it as a class, or I never did music or choir, but it was always like something I did on the side.
Mm-hmm.
And I did let it go off to the, I gave up on that.
Off, yeah.
And I eventually did obviously come back around to it. I never let that dream die. I let it die for a while, but I kept pursuing it, and now I'm at the most successful music I've ever done. Obviously, it's not like a tremendously successful, but I mean, done more than I've ever done in music. So I agree with you. Stay on the path of the thing that you enjoy.
Yeah.
I think that's a good message. And that's a great way to leave it out. So, cheers, brother. Even though you just put your beer down. Thanks for coming on the show. We suck at guessing craft beers.
I think we always suck at this kind of stuff.
We need to do a food next time.
Didn't we do that once? We did that with chicken or something with fast food. I swear we did that. Or
no, we were gonna do
fries.
that. We were gonna do that on on the Good Old Boys podcast.
I thought we did though.
I don't remember. I don't think we did. I think it was an idea we had and we just never manifested.
It's just hard to do that. You'd have to do that right away when they're nice and fresh.
I know. Yeah, we'll figure out another. We'll have to do a food one next time, because clearly we cannot figure out drinks. But anyway, to Denver. We're gonna have a blast in Denver. Hopefully we come back winners, because God knows we need it. Not the Broncos. We need it.
I know.
And for everybody out there, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, follow. Go check out the Good Old Boys podcast. We still got some episodes out there. You can go back and check them out. The audio is probably not nearly as good.
We'll bring it back. We'll do quarterly ones.
Yeah, we might do a couple random ones here and there.
Yeah.
The channel's still alive. I still have access to it all.
Okay. Maybe go check out 406 Broncos.
I've thought about reviving that too.
I thought though, but we're in this 8-year slumber. It's so hard.
I know.
So hard to be dedicated to something when you suck so long.
It was that long ago that we started that podcast, huh?
Yeah,
because we started
as a year after Peyton.
Yep.
And now it's we're 8 years of suck. So it's really hard to keep with something like that when you just have nothing to look forward to.
Yeah, or talk about. Yeah, when it's all just rage. When everything's just nightmare, nightmare, nightmare.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that would pop more, because people would be like, "Yeah, I agree. What the hell, Broncos?" And then maybe it'll go up to the upper class of the Broncos, oh, Maybe we listen to the fans a little bit.
Hear that? All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Most importantly, though, don't forget, life's a garden. Dig it.
Just gotta keep on keeping on.
Why don't you talk in the microphone? I got a back right here. Back of my 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 Life's a garden, dig it.